Hey, greetings everybody, it's GleeCon back again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. On our last episode, we looked at the second chapter in the Alliance Player's Guide, and that set us up with some of the new, not races, I think that was the first chapter, some of the classes. We looked at some racial classes, like if you wanted to be an Ancient, if you wanted to be a Keeper of the Grove, that sort of thing, and then some iconic sort of class templates like the Human Mage, the I don't even know what some of the other ones were, like the Night Elf, Druid, Lone Druid of the Fang. I don't know, so just various classes. I don't even think it was prestige classes. I think we're going to do prestige on the next episode. When we played through Classic on the last one, we also ran through Barons with our Rogue, and we turned an hour, as we are wont to do, we turned an hour-long episode into an hour and a half by playing around with some Rogue quests on the side. My Alliance has yet to do a dungeon, so they're starting to fall a little bit behind the Horde, but that's okay. We're at 3:18 here, so we're going to try to come in at around 4:15 on server time. If you notice, we now are no longer called Shadow Song. This is one of the three people that lost their name in the realm transfer. Shadow Song is one of them. Shadow Song was taken, as is every prominent, famous member of Clan Shadow Song. So I renamed. Now, if you remember, one cool thing or one beneficial thing that we have for this character is that she, unlike the other characters, was not modeled after any specific person. She was just a night elf with the surname Shadow Song that was a member of the Shadow Song family. So I now looked up specific members. Of course, the cool ones like Maev are already taken, and generic Shadow Song was already taken. So I decided to go with one other prominent Shadow Song family member. So this is Shalacir. Supposedly, and I think this is maybe tied into some of the manga that we have yet to read, but after Jared Shadow Song, the captain hero brother of Maev from War of the Ancients trilogy, after the War of the Ancients ended, he ran off with his lover and soon-to-be wife named Shalacir, and they had a secret happily ever after life together. Around the time of Cataclysm, she is stricken with an illness that cannot be cured, and she does die. So what we're going to do is, what was her life like before that? We're going to fluff up her backstory for an otherwise pretty prominent but not very fleshed out character in the universe of World of Warcraft. Let's go ahead and buff up a little bit, since we are an alchemist and we have all these potions at our disposal. And then we'll make a plan for what we want to do today. So we should be okay in our bear mode. Now we have we have all these Amatharan quests that we have yet to do, so let's do it. We're going to head down that way. And that's what we're going to start. Get these green quests taken care of. On the way, if we see anything else that's flagged as being part of the quest that we need, we'll start chipping away at it. But, yeah. Off camera, whenever I have gaps like these, for now we're in a spot where there is a lot of overlap. That will start to change soon. As the characters start branching out into different realms, we should eventually reach a point where nothing overlaps, and the only overlaps happen when we have, like, one member is a Horde and one member is an Alliance. So we're going to play both on video. Unless it's a neutral camp, and then in that case, like, whatever, I'm not going to do the same neutral camp twice. Okay. Get some of our fighting going on here. Okay. But I kind of... Oh, yeah, so off camera, I have had a couple episodes that have gone on. She had plenty of rage. I forgot that she's got that spect where she can really burn through a lot of rage. We got to decide what we want next too, because when she does level up, I think I did give her, she's pretty broke. I'm assuming I have whatever powers were available. To the side here we have, oh, that's like some kind of gnolls, but we're going to not get distracted. We're going to just ignore that and head down to Amatharan. But we had adventures off camera with Millicent, and I'll talk about, she had a lot of things happen, and kind of similarly, where I could have easily turned an hour episode into almost 2 hours. I'll wait until our next Millicent episode before I dive into that, because a lot of it's mage specific, and I did try to save a lot of it for next content. And then I also ran through the same quest that I've done twice now with my Tauren, and he did pretty well. His was actually pretty fast, and I would not be surprised if he was under an hour when I did it like in person. So I know one of the moves that we want is for her to be able to hit the dot. I guess she loses. I don't know. There's some kind of mana cost associated, if you can see here, with changing back and forth into bear form. So maybe I need to not do that. These things are pretty low level, so I think she'll be fine if I just stay in bear form. Let's see how much... So what do we need to do here? We need to kill these people, obviously, but let's do it with some purpose. So we are also finding highborn relics. That's really why we need to kill these. What did she do to me? Oh, gave me a banshee curse. There we go. We got our first highborn relic. I guess both types of things have it. We're also doing something. We're destroying the seal at the ancient flame, and we're reading a couple lays. Lays of whatever. Okay, so we're gonna fight too, but I think with our rage or whatever it's called. Oh, look, we've got... No, that's a stun. Oh, I stunned the wrong person. That's that chance to hit thing. Okay, so we did hit them with a demoralizing roar, which is basically... It's the demoralizing shout of the warrior. Keep sitting with that stupid banshee curse, but whatever. That is making my chance to hit go down. Okay, so we'll get out of here and heal. I think this is my good heal. I don't really need it, but whatever. So there's supposedly something to read. Oh, here it is. The Lay of Ametheron. So we're going to read. There's 2 stories I guess we need to read here. Long had the children of the star... Oh, I guess I can't read as a bear. Oh. Now I can't read it a second time? Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going to have to look that one up. So the Lay of Ametheron, since I just screwed that up. I want to know what the text is on the Lay of Ametheron. Objective of the fall. Okay, so here is... Long had the... Luckily someone transcribed it, that's cool. Gotta love Wowhead. Long had the children of the stars dwelled upon the banks of the shimmering waters of the eternal well. To all was known that Elune, light of the eternal twilight, aspect and goddess of the moon, dwelt within its waters at such time that she rested from her works. Upon the shores of the well did the children of the stars, favored of Elune, build their homes, even as their gaze was trained ever skyward into the moonlit night. Though there were many towns and places of habitation constructed upon the lake shore, Ametheron and Bashalaron were the foremost, having the touch of Ajara, the Kaldorai's beloved queen. In their creation, her favored servitors, those of the highborn, she brought to the twin towns to reside and to govern them, as she placed Athricus Narasin, though it would be that he would spend most of his days in his tower of Athilax, some ways removed of the towns. His second, a mage known of his prowess in the arcane arts as much as with his physical abilities, was Asterion, who lived among the people of Bashalaron, and went many times to Ametheron to see to the needs and wants of his people. And so it was upon the shores of the Well of Eternity the twin towns grew and prospered, while the world beneath the stars fell slowly to madness. Now, it is notable that I think we've already helped one. I think it was the Asterion guy that we already helped. I'm not seeking out. Refresh while I'm here. What is he doing? Same thing, same kind of Banshee curse. I'm not going to seek fights out yet, even though, as you can see from the drop rate, that we've only got 1 out of 7. I have a feeling we're going to have to do some grinding. But whatevs. It'll be okay. That's the name of the game. If we weren't okay with grinding, we should pack our bags up and go home. I'm going to not care about interrupting that 10-second burst for hitting, even though it is a little bit annoying. I don't know. Maybe I'll get to it. Let's see. Look. Where'd she go? What is this? This is another one we needed? Okay. Oh, that's just a general attack. Okay, so we're gonna attack her. See how this goes. Okay, so she's at level 16. She's actually strong. Trying to save enough. There we go. I'm trying to save up enough energy in case she has some spell up her sleeve, but I don't. Finally, my soul may rest. Oh, dearest Cerulean. Alright, we got her pendant. Okay. I can't remember why we had to kill that girl, but obviously somebody wanted us to. Okay, so that was another person that we needed to do here. That was way down here for Love Eternal. But whatever. Okay, continue to fight these guys. Saving up enough for a bash. They're gonna start to cast that spell for sure. Basher, there we go. Whenever she tries to use her stupid hit on me. Now that has a 1-minute cooldown. That's the only downside. Like, how reasonably can I interrupt if I have a 1-minute cooldown on my interrupt? Donk. Okay, so now we're gonna go after both of these ladies. I hear you casting. I should pretty soon, I think, like maybe at the next level, get a swipe kind of move, like an AOE attack. I keep missing. That's why my rage is going down. Okay, so she's okay, but this is not where my heart's going to be. I don't want to tank with her. We finally got our second relic. Okay, and let's look at the... Oh, this is... We have to destroy that seal. Yeah, let's get some fighting on first. Dang it. I didn't have enough rage to stop her. That's my own fault. Get out of this form. I don't know if I can't read as a bearer or not, but let's actually read this time. Oh, this is not a reading one. So we just destroyed the seal at the Ancient Flame. That was that whole quest. Cool. We still have one more thing we need to do around here. Crooked face running around. So we're gonna save up that energy to where we want at least 20. Because our maul and our bash both cost 10. Oh, he's ready to recast it right away, so it's almost not worth even trying to bash him out of it. There's our other tablet right there, and then it's just a matter of grinding out these things. Yeah. Now I can just spend it all on mauling, because I can't interrupt. And it's probably really just about a wash about fighting in this form. My DPS is probably okay because I've dumped all the points so far into having fast mauls. But like, you could definitely make the argument that I'm gonna get more DPS out of hitting him with Moonfire and then spamming Wrath, but not even fun. I don't like that. I'd rather run around as a bear. There we go, we got ourselves a potion. I'm just clearing out the guys around here so we can read in peace. Waiting for him to want to start trying to cast that. Cool, he didn't even cast it that time. Alright, so we're going to get into our regular form, heal up a little bit, and then we're going to read the Fall of Ametheron. Because we already read the Lay of Ametheron, which was more positive. The earth trembled as the ancient trees in the enchanted forests were uprooted and toppled. the groves and glades tended by the sons and daughters of Cenarius and the stone towers of the children of the stars were brought to the rolling ground. There was our queen, radiant even in the desperation, in the chaos that was the battles. The enchanted sky changed colors with the discharge of magic, with the explosions that threatened to tear the world asunder. Brother fought brother, chosen, fought blessed. It was not all the highborn that fought. Some stood transfixed as the madness took them. Mighty cities and humble towns alike were felled around them. And Ametheron all was in ruins, its people clinging to the ground as though that might spare them from the destruction. It was then that Athricus Narasin, favored of Ajara, appeared to guide them to safety. With a spell he could protect them, he would say, while around them brother and sister, father and mother perished. They would have life eternal, and have naught to fear from the sundering that was to come. So essentially what we're getting from this zone, from these stories, is that this area that we're in is ground zero, pretty much, for the sundering. And if you look at it geographically, that's kind of weird, because the Great Sea is on this side, and we are over here. So we're not. I would not say we're past Mount Hyjal. So I would not call this ground zero at all. So geographically, it's a little bit weird. I'm going to go with that, that I'm not quite getting, other than the fact that I guess this is just a town, and they're all affected by the sundering. So what are you going to do? Okay, this writhing highborn seems to not be casting. I'll have to check and see if that's... these banshees definitely do it. So we're going to save enough for Bash. I feel like we can... Ah, okay. There we go, we got a third relic, but that's pretty lucky, I would say. Like, we're not... Bad's happening. Okay, maybe it's like... It's gotta be... It's either like an RNG... Oh.
Not ready yet.
Got him. That one... That Bash is an instant cast. There we go, nice. So, like, even though I just swang, it's not tied into the actual swing. Now I don't have to worry about that because I have 1 minute cooldown. I'm in timeout. Okay, and we're just continuing to plug away at these highborn. Up to 5, that's good. Drop rates get RNG's being a little more favorable to us right now. Just need a couple more. That's the fall of Ametheron right there. Excellent. Okay, we are down to needing just one more. Which I will take that for sure. Okay, so we're going to save up the energy so I always have enough to cast Bash when it's not on cooldown. Okay, she's not going to cast it. Cool, what's this pants that I just got? Male pants. Nice to know you. Okay, I use this right here, this enrage thing I keep using too. It generates rage. A pretty nice amount. Again, very similar to being a warrior. Unlike as a warrior, though, you've got to hurt yourself to get your rage. Not much. It's like 10 damage or something. I was leery to use it, but this instead reduces your armor by 25%. Way worse of a trade-off. It's only 16% in dire bear form. I missed it. Oh, but it looks like they missed me. There's that girl again. I'm gonna need to reapply thorns after this fight. Okay, cool. We got all the relics that we need. Alright, so in going to turn these in, we do have one to turn in right there. We have one way back there. And then we have this and this. So we're gonna go turn in these 4 quests. That's a pretty nice haul for one low green zone. We also did get a small amount of XP. Respectable amount. So we're not that far. Like, I'm level 18 with most of my characters that went and did a dungeon. Not too shabby. We're going to be... For whatever reason, I'm not detecting herbs right now. It means I must have died near the end of the last episode. Whenever you die, it clears your finding on WoW. On Classic.
How may I help?
Alright, so she says, we have few records from the time around the War of the Ancients, especially near the destruction of the Well of Eternity. Given the upheaval and cataclysmic events that were taking place, it's no big surprise. Thank you, Shalacir. With your help, my work here is finished. I will be able to deliver a full report to the Circle.
Be careful.
We've got people looking for groups for Razorfen Downs. I guess you're kind of in that ballpark. Razorfen Downs is down there. But it's sort of weird to look for it out in Darkshore. Because who is running around Darkshore strong enough to do Razorfen Downs? It's kind of a weird setup. Alright, so I want to do the red crystal after this. Let's go hit up... Yeah, okay, so we'll turn in the 2 right here. Sell off the little bit of stuff that we have. We really didn't get a lot. I have some bear meat. I think I can cook bear meat. Nope, I can't. That's somebody I have can do bear meat. Obviously not her. She's doing really good in cooking though. She's cooking her brains out. So yeah. Sage fish is what she needs. If I find sage fish, her fishing's good. Yeah, I forgot. Like, she's one of my ones. The Alliance, just in general, are doing fantastic about the side professions. My Tauren's doing okay. I think my Forsaken's actually doing okay. But my Troll and my Orc are just doing terrible. And it really ties into the synergy between cooking and fishing. If you don't have access to, like, brilliant small fish and as a recipe, and for whatever reason, Orcs and Trolls don't in Classic, not easily anyway. I mean, I suppose I can go hunt it out. And I might at some point. Callie, I'm just not pursuing it. I don't really care. I'm going to see how much it hurts me. Because that's always something I could just go do. I could just go take an hour and fish and cook and pretty much catch up any of the characters I want. I already have that. That was at the end of the last episode. We filled up our little jug at that thing. Okay, so you can buy these pants I found. I need to save the wool cloth. Let's keep those. I guess I can sell the bear meat. I can't. And these carcass mushrooms. A lot of those are unnecessary. Oh yeah, she is behind on... Oh, she doesn't even have... I'll make one more, but she needs to learn heavy linen bandage. Okay, so I need to stop right there. That's something I need. So I forgot to do that for her. Which, whatever. I'll work on that.
What brings you here?
With a great sorrow in my heart, I followed the Shando storm rage into hibernation. My sorrow to my dreams, sleeping the passing of thousands. Thank you, Chalice. Perhaps it would have been better if I had done it myself. But even after these thousands of years, I could not bear to raise my hand against my beloved. Please, I would be alone with my grief.
Good luck,
That tier of grief seems blood chic. -3 to spirit for +5 intellect. No thanks. I have no desire to use that at all.
Ishnu Allah.
Hey, fish vendor. Already, yeah, I've been buying all that up. Okay. Alright, so there is someone else, something we can turn in here too. The tools of the Highborn. That's those ancients. That's cool. Another good thing is, as we're turning these in, they're not giving us replacement quests, so that's pretty good. Can't believe I forgot to train her on first aid. Slacking. Alright, so let's give him all these ancient tablets, which was really what slowed us down on that mission.
Greetings.
If only the tools of their undoing could have been destroyed in the cataclysm that destroyed our world. Nonetheless, we must do what we can to ensure that the horrors of our past are not repeated in the future. Okay. Oh, it is surely a figment of my imagination. I feel as though I can almost feel the taint of foul highborn magic upon them. I will have these destroyed, so that their long dormant evil never be released again.
May the stars guide.
Okay, so cool. Thanks for the ivy cuffs. Now I got a little splash of green on my forearm. And we've also, I guess,
What can I get for you today?
We've helped rid the land of some evil, I guess. Finding.
Hey,
Alright, so now we're going to go back and turn in Bashalaran, that part of the quest, Bashalaran. And then that will open us up for the next thing. I want the large red crystal. That's a... I thought that was a druid quest? I guess not. The druid quest is the... I'm glad they did that. That reminded me I gotta refresh my thing. So, that's the... Oh, that's not the druid quest either. I don't even know. Up here? Yeah. Okay, but we're gonna go find the large red crystal after we turn in our thing to Bashalaran. YOLO! Oh, he's already got buffed. I was gonna say I could give him some buffs, but he's sort of taken care of. And then we do have to kill the furbolgs as well, so that's another thing. The druid quest... That's in Moonshore. Where do we turn? Invite you to join Mockingjay? No, I'm guessing that's a guild, and it does nothing for me. The name does nothing for me. In Aberdeen. Looking for a guild that's working through the fresh start and not just be carried to endgame. Join Mockingjay today. Accepting all levels that want to quest dungeons and eventually do endgame content together. You know, I appreciate the invite, Ballast, but I will possibly join a guild with some of my player characters. It will make certain things, especially as we get towards endgame, better, but for now I'm okay. And you see the rate. I probably hop onto each one of these characters for an hour once a week, so it's not I'm not necessarily an appealing ad, and I also don't want to load down, you know, just say, hey, I've got 5 characters, and I'm going to be on camera pretty much every time I play, so... like, those are conversations I may eventually have, but I have no desire to have them right now, just to have a green random chat thing popping up. You never know, though. You could always meet, like, really cool people. The guild experience is you know, it can be fun. I am freed, Shalasir. I can now see why, with my own eyes, the changes that have come to our world. Only bits and pieces have I known. To think that when I last walked freely, the wells still stood in the highborn and held court with Jara, our beloved queen. I sense that my jailer, my former master, Athricus, still lives. Already my feelings of hopelessness will give way into thoughts of vengeance. Alright, so I guess he's freed now, and that's kind of it. My pants are now bluish. We got some XP from that, and whatever. Okay, so that's it for now. We've basically completed that quest line, and there's not really a lot else. You know, we freed those. We destroyed some of the remnants. We helped put some memories and people to rest, some ghosts. And we freed a dude that has been trapped for thousands of years. And now he's seeking to vengeance, and the person that trapped him is still alive. So maybe we come back and do some more of those quests later. I don't know. So, you know, this is an example of a zone where I'm like, how on earth is this one? Like, we finished Westfall. Look how many quests are still left in this zone. Like, this is a big zone, and I don't know how... Oh, look, there's a raging moonkin over there. I don't know how, like... I don't even know how we finish this one in 5 sets. Like, I was willing to say, like, okay, 5 sets is where it's at. I don't know that this gets done in 5. There's a lot. I mean, we just busted out 4, which is pretty good, and we'll bust out a few more right now. I think we'll kill these, but also I do think I want to. Actually, yeah. Where is the Cliff Spring sample that we need? Well, we're right here, but I want to go for it and get that too. Like, because that's a nice druid quest, and while we're on camera, well, I'm always on camera with this character for now. Let's do it. I'm gonna go in bear form because these moonkin are just kill some. We haven't killed them. I don't think we've killed a moonkin yet. Oh, we got a couple. Okay. Alright, they're pretty low level, so 13 and 12. I don't know why his friend came over and was like, yeah, let me get in on that. I mean, he is raging, but usually when someone is described as raging, it's not a good indicator of level-headedness. Light feathers, eggs. Is anybody interested in eating a moonkin egg with me? That is 1 egg. I can honestly say that does not seem like something I'd want to eat. Alright, so here's this weird thing, and all we had to do was locate it. And I guess if you're thinking about this from like a lore perspective, a bunch of freaked out raging moonkins were surrounding it. And other than that, like, it's a glowing red gem, and it's like pissing people off. So, okay. Specifically the moonkin. And that's all we really have to say. I'm not going to go fight 5 more moonkin for a peace bloom. It's not worth it. My alchemy's doing okay anyway. I need Briarthorn. Yeah, Briarthorn are worth it. Because they translate directly into levels of alchemy. Because I believe I have plenty of regular healing potions. Alright, so I'm going to go fill up this, and then we'll go turn those in. Again, as we do need these grizzled scalps, so we will kill any, and we need 1,000 rabid thistlebearers too. Actually, we need 20, not 1,000, but we will kill any of those we see, because that's a grind right there. But this is a fun zone to quest through. I like it because it's very narrow and dense. With a lot of quests, like, it's more comparable to current quest zones where if you go to a small little area to quest, yeah, give me 4 or 5 quests, which is the model that they kind of use now. Good. Let me do a bunch of things at once. It's more fun, honestly. Now, it does make for some fast leveling, and okay, if the name of the game is not level fast, then I get it. There's a rabbit thistlebear. Alright, so now we're going to be bear fight. Get ready for some bear-on-bear action. One bear looks really weird. It has ears like a bat. The other bear got rabies. Which one will win? There was never any doubt. Don't need any stuffers. Come here, rabies bear. Okay. It's pretty nice though that because there is a nice density of quests in this zone. It's pretty easy. I don't know what these blackwood grain samples are. How many of those do we need? Oh, that's that just gave me PTSD, and I remembered what killed us last time. We came up on like fucking 3 moonstalkers all at once. I remember now. I would never really want to do hardcore unless, like, I had a very, very set plan. Yeah, see, I don't quite want to do this yet because we're gonna have to fight a bunch of people to get there. We'll come back for that. For now, let's just kill rabies bears on our way to getting, where's our spot? We just need to get to the bottom of that waterfall. Which we're getting close.
Inventory is full.
Hey, really? Well, yeah, get rid of the stupid eggs and the feather because we're not going to kill any more moonkin. Okay, and we are basically what this Rabid Thistlebear is a level 16 quest, so it's kind of next in line. So it's good that we're starting to put a dent on this. This is most likely like next in line. This and the grizzled scalp. I don't know what the heck we need the where you get this grizzled scalps from. Get some healing going on here. Don't want all this stalkers. And that's more blackwood fruit, frame fruit. Yeah, so those are, for whatever reason, that's where we're gonna have to. My thorns is gonna wear off. I gotta reapply after this fight. Reapply my thorns. It's like an eyeliner I use. Shalacir doesn't mess around. We're gonna get used to this new name. I can still we can still call her Shadow Song. That's still technically her married last name. It's not wrong. There's a rabid bear. There's Johnny, PhD. It's kind of funny. Should I take that peace bloom? I guess. Why not? Yummy. Peace bloom, my favorite.
I can't carry
Oh my
anymore.
gosh, I can't even carry peace bloom. I don't even know what to do with this. I guess I don't think my cape is worse. Oh, mine is. Okay, so wow. Okay. For a second, I thought the bear like actually turned in. Oh, I thought that guy was dead. Alright, so we are now to the river, but we need to get to the waterfall at the base of the river to get this druid water. I think this is going to help us learn some healing stuff. I don't know. Where's our... That takes us to Aberdeen, too. That's good. Okay, so we need to go to those waterfalls. I really feel like we already did something very similar to this already. Keep an eye out for sage fish, too. Focused. I think that's the name of like a sword in that's a dangerous thing because he could run and they could de-aggro him and come back to me. I've died once that way. But anyway, focused is I think the name of one of the swords in requires the Cliff Spring Falls cave mouth. Okay, so not the actual waterfall, it's the cave mouth, which must be above. Let's bear while we're over here. We've killed 5 of the bears, so we're doing. Oh, I forgot to reapply. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whoopsie. I need some kind of slashing action for this type of scenario. Okay. Well, that's good though. This is going to give me 2 bears. And we did reduce their melee attack power, so we're hurting them.
Need more rage.
Need more rage. Okay, so now let's hop back over and heal. Alright, so now back up the hill. We've now killed 7 rabies bears. I think there was a panther up here. He's probably gonna jump down on my head. It says this is the sampler right here, so maybe this is it. Oh, there's a naga. Ah, you've interfered with our plans for the last time, druid. Okay, and then boom, 2 naga come out to attack me. Jerks.
Not enough rage.
Bash. She's a storm scale toxicologist. Okay, well, we killed her. I guess I'm gonna. Oh my gosh. This is actually tougher than I thought. I was not prepared for
Need more rage.
a fight like this. Good, he's running. Thank goodness. Okay, do we get anything from them?
Inventory is full.
Just a freaking clam that I can't use. Go away the bloody bear claw and then open that.
I can't carry anymore.
Yes, you can. So just take the clam out and then throw the shell. Put the put the clam meat right where the shell was. Come on, Chalice here. You're better than this. I don't know what Scaber stalks, but we're not gonna go do that quite yet. We'll leave that be, even though it doesn't make sense to run around and let that be. We're gonna do it anyway. Who cares about the old sense making? Oh. Dang you. Alright, so I don't want that either. So we're gonna go turn in the red crystal and the principal source. We do have this lesson to learn quest where we have to teleport to whatever, Moonglade. Get off me, bro. Stop beating me with your stupid club. But that's just gonna teach us like a cure poison or some crap like that. So I'm not caring. We will kill rabbit thistle bears as we see them, though. That's something we need. So keep our eyes peeled for that. Although it does look like someone's been out murdering in force. So they've thinned the herd a little bit. The herd of rabies bears. There's one. Oh, and then boom. Just like that. Out of the cut, rabies bear. It's a man bear pig. Super cereal. Bear rabies is a big problem. Alright. Fighting more of these. Good idea. Blizzard, there's nothing. This just goes to show you, like, the datedness of the game. Because 20 years ago, I played so many games like this where it was literally... No, don't play that guy. There's another game I used to actually play. It was like I want to say it was a free game. It might have been a phone game, but it might have been more like... I don't think it was a phone game. I think it was like a Facebook game. But it was kind of like World of Warcraft. Except... I think when you... trying to remember like how it was basically like a very low budget World of Warcraft, and I think one of the ways they got away with it, or how they were able to pull it off like as a whatever, what do you call that, like Adobe Flash game or whatever, was
Too far away.
I was trying to pick that plant. Rude bear. I can't even remember what it was called, but basically you ran around, you did quests, you got gear. I think there was no graphics like this. I think it was like an overhead map, and then I think it was like text-based, maybe? Like, you just fought the rabies bear, and blah blah blah. Maybe it even got so far as saying like you did this much damage, you collected this, whatever. There was a lot of similarities to World of Warcraft though, in terms of like quest structure and where you went and what you had to do. There might have been some, I can't even remember if there was classes or not. I liked the game. And then the way that they got you to keep playing was every little thing took energy, and then your energy, you know, the very common free-to-play game like gimmick hook. Make every. I don't want to join Dharma. I don't want to join it from like a, I don't know, mystical. I don't even know. I can't even remember what religion believes in Dharma. But whatever. I don't want to join it from a religious thing, nor do I want to join it from like a Dharma initiative, whatever that show was back in the day, where Lost. Alright, so we're killing lots of bears and getting distracted, as we love to do. Oh, the thistle bears are turning rabies free as we get further down. But we've killed 13 out of our 20. But anyway, that game was pretty fun, but it was very much like this, where everything you did, especially since it was on that like energy drain model, everything was like, kill 20 bears, get 20 of these. Like, it was always such a huge amount of things. Which, I don't know, there were some games I used to have fun with on Facebook back in the day. There was another one, if you've ever played the PlayStation game series Dragon Age, which has like Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age Inquisition. Pretty cool game series, pretty fun. I definitely recommend it, especially Dragon Age Origins, really a cool game. The others were fine. Dragon Age Inquisition was fine. Dragon Age 2 was least favorite of them.
Inventory is full.
Bag space, big problem. But there was this cool game that was like Dragon Age. It was based on Dragon Age, and you like built a castle and you upgraded your rooms in your castle, and then you also leveled up your little heroes. It was fun. Played the heck out of that game. I miss rest in peace Adobe Flash. There are some really good games that have disappeared because of that. Another game that I love, and you basically can't play it anymore unless you have some way of playing Adobe Flash. So you have to have like kept a copy of Adobe Flash, because you can't. It's gone. Adobe Flash is gone. The company's shut down. So you have to have your own internet web browsing client that still runs Adobe Flash. So you have to have like protected and not updated your browser. And if you've done that, kudos to you. I tried to do it for a while, but I think I accidentally like shut down and update all my crap one time. But my favorite Adobe Flash game of all time is a game called Card Hunter. If you played Card Hunter, dude, it's so fun. If you haven't played it, you should try it. Well, you can. Unless you have pirate Adobe Flash. But look it up. Card Hunter is super cool.
You're the one that the Cenarian Circle in Moonblade said. That's wonderful. We've quite the crisis on our hands here regarding the poor deer, and we're happy for all the help we can get. Do you have the sample of water that Dendrite Starblaze said that you'd have? He notified me that you'd draw one so we could work on a cure together. Why, Elune, this water is disgusting. No wonder the deer is sick. Something is polluting the water and in turn corrupting Darkshore's entire water table. Sick deer have been seen all over the area, not just by the river. While this water is most likely a primary source of the sickness spreading, there's something else at work here. This water, believe it or not, will help us formulate a cure. While I research this water, I have a need of some items to formulate a cure.
Gathering the cure?
The water will serve as the base of the curative salve I'll make for the deer. For curative properties, I need some earth root. Herbalists know how to find it, so if we're unlucky and you want one, then you'll need to find one to help us out. Finally, for potency, I need some lunar fungus. Finding lunar fungal blooms is easy enough. They're all over the place in caves just to the east of here. Moonkid reside in the caves, and they're irritable of late, so be careful.
May the stars guide you.
Alright, so we need earth root. Fine, we just find that in our travels. And lunar fungus, which they said is all around here. Finding more earth roots actually going to be the... I'm glad I picked that up, but that's actually going to be the more challenging of the two, because I don't have any. Oh, let's sell some... Actually, let's turn this other one in and sell some of our spare crap. She needs bag space. Oh, she can cook. If I have a water, I can cook that clam meat. Add that to my boiled clams. Is it worth it? Yeah. Oh, apparently I already have the water needed. Cool. Cool, man. Yeah, give me that boiled clams. Okay. I don't need the bear meat because I don't have a recipe for it.
What's on your mind?
Take the bear meat, the claws, the paws, the worst pants. My whole bag is basically filled with herbs, so I probably should use an herbalism bag.
What's your back?
I'll use... I have those couple potions that are in 12 minutes. They'll be resumable. What is this? Mix the bowl. Oh, I already have that, though. I have this right here. Filled cleansing bowl, so... Whatever. Alright. Here she is.
What brings you here?
So the crystal exists, Shalasir? Fascinating. Anyway, your task has been well executed. Good work. What exactly is this crystal? This is but a single question in a sea of questions. Another question comes to mind, is why the Moonkin would be drawn to this object. Is the crystal benign in nature, or does it hold a more sinister purpose? I have many more questions, but we're going to need to examine that crystal closely to get some answers. Okay, as water cascades. Use this empty vial and fill up on some moonwell water here in Aberdeen. Such potent magic should provide a clue as to the composition of the crystal. To do that, you'll pour the liquid over the crystal. It should take care of the rest. While I don't anticipate anything bad happening to you, I still want you to be careful. Above us to the east is Fellwood. If that crystal is tied to that place, as I suspect it is, then it could prove to be very dangerous.
Farewell.
Alright, so we need to fill up another thing of water. We're getting close to time here on what we can do, but we can probably squeeze in... What? So we do... Then investigate the crystal along... Okay, so we have the... That's this. Okay. And so I guess let's run over there and do that. We also have these blackwoods to kill to the south. Right there. Alright, but screw that. Either way, it's all around the same level. So what we're going to do is run out. Hopefully we find some more earth root. We need 3 more. That could go. Probably going to take us 2 findings of earth root. And we will collect mushrooms and go dump some water on that red crystal. And yeah, we'll just spend about 10 minutes or so doing that. And resume next time. Because, you know, it's never ending out here. But, yeah, we will peek. Oh, let's rebuff up. And we need 12 lunar fungus, which means we're going to be killing a lot of moonkin. Of course we will. We, of course, still need to keep killing rabid thistlebears, too, but... Hey, fungus. I mean, moonkin. Oh, you're a young moonkin. Just a baby. I mean, moonkin are freaking so weird. They have, like, an owl's face, I guess. Kind of, that's like an owl. And then they have big bodies. I mean, I guess wildkin is technically what they're called. with claws on hands and feet, and then of course they're feathery, I guess, not furry, with little feathers that they've seemingly attached on purpose to their body. There they are. They're tiny. These lunar fungus are not big. Okay. That's one only. Moonkin stone. There's two. I was going to say this whole cave only had one. This is going to take a million years. Okay, so at least we're getting two out of here. Alright. Is it an earth root? No, it's a freaking silver leaf. I need earth root. I was having to stare down with that moonkin. I was going to see if he was going to fight me, but no. Peace bloom. I need earth root. Give me earth root. Okay, I guess we're going to go to the south a little bit here. I kind of wanted to try and level up. That might not happen. We're pretty close. If we can really turn in these couple quests, then we should be good. We should, especially these now that we're killing some level 14s. It's a little closer to our level. Light. Uh-oh, he went into a rage. He's a little. I guess he's a little bigger than. Oh, that's why he's bigger. He went into a rage. I was gonna say, I guess he's a little bigger. There's just a regular moonkin. There's all kinds of moonkin around here. Young, raging, regular. Which would you rather be? I mean, if you're regular, you have no distinguishing features. So, I guess, whatever. But you also have, like, all of these other features seem to come with weaknesses. If you're young, well, you have potential, but you're just a little baby. He's just a little baby. And then if you're raging, well, you're big and strong, but also...
I can't carry.
Why do you have a gun? Why does that thing have a gun? Weird. And how come I can pick every plant as a bearer, but not these mushrooms? Ooh, that one had two. That's exactly what I was hoping would happen. I am mad, Moonkin. I need your mushrooms, and you are blocking my way. Give me mushroom. Okay, here's some more. Fungal blooms. Excellent. Excellent. I don't know. It's crap in my inventory. Okay, we're up to 7. Not too shabby. Let's go exploring a couple more caves. Then we just need the earth root. Here's another cave. Come here, young moonkin. I think on our next level up, we're actually going to have to make a decision. Oh, no, I didn't. I've been using the... When I shapeshift into bear, I have a chance to start with rage.
Inventory is full.
I can dig that. That's cool. Okay. Alright, let's kill this guy. And then get some... Which is good, because right now I'm like at a 40% chance, so I should start seeing like more and more often, like, hey, we start with rage, and eventually we get to 100%. So then it starts to be like, I could a quick pop out and pop back in would actually be a way of generating rage, so that's another viable strategy. For being, especially when we're in feral form. Okay, we're at 9. There's a small chance we can finish right now. This one right here has 2. Then we'll actually be good. Fingers crossed. No! You dirty so-and-sos. So now I have to visit one more cave. Come here, Moonkin. And I'm already screwed because I need 3 more. I mean, I could probably visit, like, a herbalist person in Darnassus and get some that way, but it's boring. I can find it out in the wild. We need to kill a bunch of thistlebores anyway, so we're just going to make this quest, like, back priority, kind of. I think this is a... Yeah, this is a druid quest anyway, so... It's not exactly part of the canon quest line. I wonder if I can get that one without going in that cave. See, there's one right here. Can I have your mushroom? I thought he was coming. He's coming right for us! We got it. Okay, cool. Alright, so... That's fire. I do want that anyway. I don't need to kill all these moons. Alright, so the other thing we need to do is go back to that waterfall place. And what was it exactly? Oh, it's that red crystal.
I can't carry anymore.
The one at the top of the hill. Guess I'll ditch these. I think the gun's gonna sell for more. Alright, so now we're going to the... That's a regular thistle there. Now we're gonna go to... It's really hard to see them on Mage Royal. It's really hard to see the Briarthorn on this map. It might be the way I have my colors set up or whatever, but... Okay, so again, keeping our eye out for any earth root. Most likely going to need 2 earth roots in order to... Could get bad luck and need 3. Could get good luck and need 1. But my guess is averaging that out, we're going to need 2. And we're going to at least do the water cascade part and see what comes up out of that. If it's something quick, we can bust that out. Otherwise, we're getting close to wrapping up. Stopping point here. But I want to be able to tell the lady at least, like, hey, this is what happened. And most likely that's what we'll be able to do. We'll be able to say, hey, this is what happened when we poured your magic juice all over. Right out the cut. Alright, so we need to refresh here very soon anyway. So that's good. That'll buy us some inventory space. Because I'll be able to use up some of the potions I have. He just like fell down. I don't think I need to cook with eggs anymore. Yeah, I think my eggs are gray on me.
Inventory is full.
Oh, freaking are they? How convenient for you. Wow, client. There's an earth root. Dang it, you dumb thistlebear. I need that earth root. You are annoying, and you stun me. Look how close we are to good old level 17. Yeah. Oh. Come on, 3. Let's hit the old jackpot. 1. Alright, so now we are definitely having fingers crossed here. So if we stay next to the mountains, we might be able to. I do think the earth root tends to spawn more on like mountains and hills. Pretty sure that's how it works. Peace. So and so. Dirty so and so. Okay. I mean, I'll still do it anyway. It'll help. It's all going to the cause. It's all going to help my alchemy in the long run. Alright, so let's go pour our juices all over this. Our special concoction. All kinds. We've been collecting all kinds of juices everywhere. The crystal looks very alien against the wooded scenery of Darkshore. You think you hear a very slight humming coming from deep within it. You have made it once more to the mysterious crystal. Removing the stopper on the tube of Moonwell water, you gingerly pour the contents out over the top of the crystal. As the water cascades down its lattices, you see the opaque surface turn transparent. Like steaming. The fragments within. The Moonwell water has revealed that embedded inside the crystal are a few small fragments of bone, as well as half of a jawbone. The jawbone appears to be from a humanoid, but it's unclear without breaking open the crystal, a feat that even the strongest of magic would find near impossible. With the task at hand complete, all that remains is to report back to Sentinel Glinda Nalshea in Aberdeen, and this will give me a nice upgrade to my staff. So basically we're telling her that it's got freaking bones and stuff in there. That's weird. Alright, I really want that earth root, so maybe we'll spend a few more minutes going out and hunting bears in the hopes that on our journeys we encounter some earth root. That's the name of the game here. Try to find an earth root or two. Well, we need to, but hopefully we can get a 2-for-1 node and kill bears, because we still need 7 rabid thistle bears, so we can accomplish both of these things relatively quickly, and if it starts to get too crazy, I will abort the bear mission fast if we encounter an earth root fast. But if it starts to get too crazy and like we kill all the bears, then screw it. We'll just head back. I'm not going to waste too much time because we will. The earth root's the kind of thing that like as soon as we stop looking for it, we'll find it like in 5 seconds. I don't want that one. That's just a regular bear. It's not the kind of bear we need. I don't know why that little junker's still following me. Okay. Just keep the old eyes peeled for an earth root. And for... There's a rabies bear. And here's a rabies bear right here. Oh, actually I forgot we have all of these potions we can now open up.
I cannot use that item.
Try harder then, girl.
I can't drink anymore yet.
Oh, how many times I've said that. Alright, so that did open up a couple of my inventory slots. Even though I did have to let this bear kind of chew on me for a while first. Level up, baby! Alright, let's do this. So now we have a 60% chance to... Look, that bear is like lighter. Peace bloom. Unacceptable. I don't want any peace bloom. Grizzled scalp. That's another one we're going to be coming up soon. That cave at the top of the waterfall is getting more and more... Oh, you jerk! You gave me rabies! Oh, man. Butthole. I don't have a way to cure disease. I think the only character I have that can cure disease is my paladin. I cannot believe he actually gave me rabies. It's terrible. Basically lowers all of it. It's a terrible disease for 10 minutes to have. That's why I need this cure poison spell from Moonblade. But whatever. We only need 4 more bears. Kind of on the back side of their base. But this is letting me stay near the mountains, which is kind of what I wanted to do in order to maybe get some earth root action. But I'm not getting like particularly more luck than I had before. Could cross this river because it does seem like the rabies bears still across here. We were already just up here. We're just basically running in circles doing these quests, which is, my opinion, be like a hallmark of bad quest design. If I have to run in circles to do all the quests. And Burning Crusade is notorious for that. Just terrible probably why, in many ways, Burning Crusade is like one of my least favorite. I'm not going up to that tower yet. I mean, there's some things I really like about Burning Crusade. When it came out, it was cool. Silver Leaf. But quest design is just brutal. It is absolutely the worst. And I was talking about this in the comments. It's such a pain, especially when you get towards the last zones. Like, I don't know what we're going to do. So let's say we do go over and we make some characters. So here's where I am on the fence about so I'm coming around towards thinking, like, because I was just the thought of grinding out the quests in Burning Crusade Classic, and we can't even really do that. We have to do Wrath of the Lich King Classic only. Just the thought of grinding some of the quests out was giving me a headache. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be painful. But I guess, okay, if we get a dedicated group, and the problem though is you can't even be like, okay, let me get a dedicated group and you run it with me. You can't do that with oh, we've got that beach sea turtle we can pick up too. You can't do that because a lot of the content is phased. So it's extremely frustrating and hard. Like, you can only basically do a lot of the stuff if you get a group of people to do it with you. Which means you've got to find a party member who's going to sign up to do it right when you want to do it. And for instance, when we're making the show, I'm going to need, for almost all of the content, a full party. Now, what does save us is because it's Wrath of the Lich King, we could get like a level 70 person to come help out. Or level 80, I mean. But even there, it's not like it is now, where they're going to one-shot everything. They'll just be pretty strong against it. Like, it'll be good, but it's just ridiculous. So I've still been getting on board with, okay, we'll do it. Where there's a will, there's a way, and maybe we'll find some other people. And if it is, you know, it's, the whole server is going to be locked on that mode, so, you know, maybe it won't be as hard as I thought if I just sit and looking for a group and yada yada yada. And we'll just pause and start the video, you know. So I had some, I was hunkering it in my mind, but here's another hiccup. What's going to happen is, okay, so we start some new characters on Burning, because it's literally impossible to change a character. So all these characters that we made for this classic show, they're gone. Like, they will be gone as soon as we have completed all the content. There's nothing we can do. We can never transfer them. This is not retail, so this isn't coming back or advancing. And we can't bring them over to Wrath of the Lich King server or retail or anything like that. So sure, like, we can make characters in their spirit, but they are going to have to start from scratch. But okay, whatever. Here's now the new kicker. I don't like to make redundant content, really. I try my best to not have to do that. So when there is redundancy, so for instance, with the fact that I have 3 characters that have to level in the Crossroads and the Barrens right now, 2 out of the 3 times I do that, even I don't do it on camera. So we have the starting zones. So let's say we start Burning Crusade. Well, we're going to have to do the starting zones. So we're going to have to do the Draenei and the Blood Elf starting zones, Eversong Forest, and so now we're going to head back. FYI, I'm giving up on Earthroot for now. And whatever Eversong Woods for the Blood Elf, and Azure Mistile, I think is what it's called, for the Draenei. And then there's a second zone that'll take you up to around 20. the Ghostlands and Blood Mist Isle or whatever. Or maybe it's Blood Mist then Azure Mist. I can't remember which comes first. Okay, so we do all of that, and that gets us to around 20, and we're probably going to need to be around at least 58 to do. So what about the other 38 levels? So then what's going to happen is I'm either going to need access to a level boost, and I don't think that there are any on those old classic servers, or I am going to have to off camera level up, like power level up from 28 to 60, which that's going to translate into me not making videos for weeks, if you think about it. So, or I'm making redundant content where I'm running through classic zones, making redundant content. So what do? Whereas if we did it in retail, the level scales, so we can do those zones and then seg right into Burning Crusade and just level in all of those zones, and we'll be able to play from the beginning that way. So that's another big consideration. Do I take the time? I mean, I could make videos, it just wouldn't be playing. Like, I would be making either redundant content videos. I could see if there's a booster available, which I don't love that idea. I've never used one. I have, like, on retail, I have, like, every time there's an X pack and you pre-order or whatever and you get another booster, I have every single one saved. Like, I've got like 10 level boosters sitting on my main account. Like, I can boost to like 40, 50, 60, 70. Or do we make redundant videos? So what's better? To take the time off, which I don't love that idea. I could just make less videos and take some time making more of these side lore videos during that time period. And we'll have to see where we are, because Classic has obviously taken a really long time. The other X-Packs will not take this way. It feels like we'll never catch up at this rate, but that's because Classic is so freaking big.
Ishnu Allah.
Alright. You have done Aberdeen a great service, Shalasir, but your task is not yet complete. Turn to me once you have rested, and Shalasir, prepare your mind and soul for more bloodshed. Tharnarian's hope. The survival of our people and lands comes at unfortunate costs, Shalasir. You have spilled the blood of nature's servants. Many sick animals you have felled. The people of Aberdeen are indebted to you, for the forest's pain is eased, even if only for a moment. I have one final task for you, but be warned, you will have to kill again. It is my hope that this will be the last time I call upon you, Shalasir. In a cave to the northeast near Bashalaran resides the Den Mother. Slay her.
Be careful.
Alright, so that feels like the end of that quest chain. And we're also going to go turn this one in. And that is going to be where we stop for now.
Ishnu Allah.
Well, it would seem that even though we know more about this crystal, more unanswered questions are the result. I'll take the information you've uncovered to the council here in Aberdeen. Perhaps they'll know a course of action to follow on this crystal. Well, that is, if there is one to be taken. For now, the threat remains far enough to our east to be out of harm's way. As for you, please have this. Consider it a reward for a job well done, Shalasir.
I can't carry anymore.
Sell some of this crap.
What brings you here?
Having too much crap in my bag. We're down to 3 inventory spaces. I gotta go work on some potions or something.
Hello. Del Nagi.
Alright, so that's cool. This is a upgrade staff for me. I'll take that. Alright, so anyhow, that's just something to consider, you know. We'll have to think about it. Do we just play on retail? Make it all easier, but we lose some of the coolness of what makes this show great, which is the fact that we're playing through all the content. And I'll live with the frustration, but we're going to have to deal with the big hiccup of leveling characters enough to get to that content. But either way, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. And I will see you all next time on Lore of Warcraft, because this episode is in the pipe. 5x5.